Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 9 of May I Scraplift You, put on by Crystal Barrett over at Pineapple Papers. And today we are doing Lisa Inzel. If I pronounce that wrong, I do apologize. That is the layout that I have decided to scrap lift her on because I have that brick stencil. And I'm going to use the Echo Park, I believe that's all boy collection again. I'm really working my way through this. I ended up getting like 2 double of the chipboard things when Echo Park had a sale. So yeah, totally my fault, but I am loving this collection. I love how one side of the pattern paper, very, very subdued, very background paperish. And then the flip side, the reverse side of it is like crazy wonky. So I'm going to use this green. Happens to be my son's favorite color. This is him going to first, I gotta look on the thing, but it's either first or second grade, his first day of school, and he's got on his cool new outfit, and he's got his Speed Racer lunchbox, right? That's what I was saying. And he's got his dinosaur book bag, because he was really into dinosaurs. So, yeah, I'm really loving this. So I do take the Vicky Booten Iridescent Glaze and run that through my Tim Holtz brick stencil. Now I do put, because it's a thin stencil, because it's made for tags, I get one line, but I don't want a harsh straight line. And you will see I mess up. And the very last one that I do, and I do come back and fix that off screen, I will add another layer to expand these mixed media areas because I just don't like the strip. But right here is where I really mess it off because I'm really trying to run it off the page. I didn't mess it up. I just have that harsh line. And you'll see right here when I take it up, it is like, bam, harsh line. And I'm like, ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But that's okay because I do fix it. I am just going to get what is come off of the... when I was running it across there, I do clean that up. I'm going to put one more right up here. Now I do have to wait for it to dry, obviously. So you will see there I did add a couple more. Now I'm going to take my green apple and my avocado close to my heart shimmer brushes. And if you guys would like to pick any of these up, I do have the link to my Close to My Heart website listed down below. These are my favorite shimmer brushes. And you will see why, because they are so full of shimmer. So I was going to try to rub it on the bricks at first. And I was like, I don't like that. It's going to take too long. So I take my stamp block and just squeeze some ink on there. Now I squeeze a lot of ink a lot of time, all the time, and I've yet to run one out. So I know eventually I'm going to, but yeah, just so you know, they do last. So then I take it, and this is when I start running, coloring the bricks in like she had it on the original layout, just because there's more ink down there now from the blotches, and there's some a whole bunch of different techniques. So that was the avocado. Now we're going to do the green apple, which is darker. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to squish it down and get some on there and then color in the bricks. And then I come back and I color around the bricks as well. And I really like the effect. Yeah, this is why I love to scrap lift, you guys, because these hops are so fun. Because it's something, and I always try to choose from the people that were scrap lifting, I always try to choose a layout that is not my go-to style. So something that, isn't what I would envision myself creating. Not that I don't love the layout, it's just not my go-to. It's just not, when I sit down, I just, we all have our own certain style. So I always try to do this just so that it helps to give personality and just different layouts within your albums. And since this is a month-long hop that Crystal Barrett from Pineapple Papers is putting on, I will have, I'm not playing along every day because I have other commitments and things that I had to do and so many other videos that I just couldn't do a video every day. And I didn't. Some days I am going to have more than one, but I didn't want every day for the month of May to have 3 or 4 videos like that. It's just been too much, you guys. All that editing and voiceovering. Oh, Lord, no. I just want to scrap. But yeah, so I'll at least have, some out-of-the-box styles that I am loving. So here I'm just coming in and making sure that I get the edge. And when this dries, the Vicky Booten Iridescent Glaze is already so shimmery and shiny and crazy and beautiful that the glimmer, the shimmer brushes, oh, it is beautiful. So I'm going to take this one right here, and you guys seen I did stamp my stamp block off in the middle there, but that was just to clean it off. That's going to be covered by paper. I just didn't have a napkin or a paper towel handy, and my rag was out of my reach, and I'm lazy. I'm going to trim my photo down just a smidge, because it's a very dark photo. It's taken in the dining room of the house that we lived in at that time, and I didn't have the dining room light on, so totally cool. So I pull out the cardstock that I threw in with this kit, and I get the green down because it does match the mood and feel of my green, and then I start looking at the blue and the yellow, and the yellow is not going to be in the paper, and the blue doesn't match. So I get me two different colors. I go over to my stash. I grab an orange, which is prominent in these papers, and this blue, which is just a deeper color of that background paper. So I'm going to triple matte my photo because I'm just trying to bring in some other colors. I do want it to be a tad bit separated. And usually when I have mixed media on my page, I seem to matte my photos. It's the layouts that I don't have any mixed media that I don't matte my photos. And that is simply because the mixed media is lumpy, bumpy, and gritty sometimes. And I don't want to ruin the photo. So I feel like if there's several layers of paper in between it, should be safe, right? I don't know. In my head, it works. So I take the paper and I cut it with that fancy technique of thumbnail and just kind of measured it out. And then I'm going to take my ruler and just tear it. Been really in love with tearing paper these days. But also, the original layout had the main piece big bordered with some torn edges. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get rid of those pieces and move everything to the side. So my original plan, after I put the big piece on, my original plan no longer works. So we modify as we go, right? Because my original plan usually comes in the moment and then I change it the next. So I do use some ATG and some liquid glue just to make sure that it stays down because it is very textured. So I want to make sure that I can get as much of it stuck down as I possibly can to stay. Same thing here. I am going to use some liquid glue as well because this is going to fall off the top of that band. As you can see there, I'm just trying to make sure that the mixed media is going to peek out. I didn't want to cover it all up. And I am going to make sure that my photo is straight. Because that's what we do. So my title is going to be Snips and Snails and Puppy Dog Tails. That's what little boys are made of. My Grammy used to say that all the time. And you know what little girls are made of. But this isn't about a little girl. So I roughly cut that out. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my trimmer and trim down 3 sides because I'm going to tuck it under and make it part of the layering process there. This layout came together fairly quickly after all of my mixed media dried. There were several drying times that were involved. But with my We Are Memory Keepers project cart, I can leave things sit in there. It's best thing ever. While I'm getting this centered and start putting on some dinosaur embellishments, and you will notice that I use liquid glue on everything as well. I do want to remind you that all the ladies that are playing along with the May I Scrap Lift You hop will be listed down below. Now, some of them, like me, are not playing along every day, but I still will have their channel linked. We're just doing that to make it easier so it's not like video by video to see who has a link. So it was just one big, this is everybody that's going to attempt to play along on a regular basis. There are some people that are doing it weekly. There are some people doing it day by day. And there are some people that are religiously doing it every month. But I am enjoying this hop and I am super excited and happy that Crystal opened it up to our fun group so that we could all play along and get all these ladies scrap lifted. So I do just start putting some things on there. I want to pull in some of the chipboards. I like this big tree house and it's also in that blue patterned paper. So I definitely want to pop that up because he's going, that's like his schoolhouse tree house, in my head it worked. So we just go ahead and keep gluing stuff down. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button down below. Also, I will have a link to my Facebook group if you guys want to join and share your work if you're playing along. Totally fabulous. I would love to have you. I'm just looking, and look, I'm almost killed off like those two. It would make me feel better if I hadn't accidentally double bought it. I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there. Now, the one thing I didn't get with this collection was the ephemera. So I am making the sticker sheet work. So I guess I'm pretty glad that I have two of the chipboards, because, you know, you can just start ripping backs of the chipboard off and have thinner pieces. I do come in and polish off the rest of these adhesive brads. They're the green and the orange. I figured that was a good pop. And that is pretty much going to do it for my layout. I don't think there is anything else that I am going to add. Oh, one more little dinosaur because he was cute. And now I have no more dinosaurs. And there it is, the original and mine. That's my title. My page was popping up off of my mixed media over there, so I did just go ahead and glue that back down. And that's going to do it. I will see you guys again tomorrow with another layout. Have a wonderful day. Bye.